Hey, what's up? This is Sports Truth. I'm your host, Jordan Harris. This is the channel that gives you nothing but the truth. We don't tell you what you want to hear, we tell you what you need to hear. All right, so big news out of Miami. Hurricanes have big news, right? So, as you all know, the transfer portal is supposed to be opening up Monday, December 4th. But as 2003 happens, leaks are just going to happen, right? Like, we all know that leaks are going to happen. If the White House can have leaks in it, then a football program like the University of Miami are going to have leaks. Things are going to get released sooner than they're supposed to. It just happens. So names are slowly starting to come out all over the country about different players that plan on transfer next year. So the four names that came out this year, or so far for the Hurricanes, is Corey Flagg. He intends to leave. Cheney Jr. plans to leave. We have Harvey, the defensive end, who plans to leave. And the big name, or I should say the biggest name, is Tyler Van Dyke. He plans to leave. Um, like, I like to give analogies, so just bear with me on this one. You know that good friend of yours who got dumped in high school by his girlfriend, and then he was like, "Oh man, like I didn't like her that much anyway." You know how that goes, right? So I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be that guy to be like, now that they're leaving, I didn't like them anyway. Get on out of here. I don't want to be that dude. So I'm going to go through each of these scenarios, talk about why they're probably leaving, and then just give an outlook on if we're going to miss these players and I guess what the future may hold for them even. First, I want to start with Corey Flagg. I know a lot of people didn't care for Corey Flagg a whole lot. He was like the outside of Tyler Van Dyke, he seemed to be the person that had the most, like, I hate him and I love him. Like, he had this wide range of feelings towards him. I actually like Corey Flagg quite a bit. He's a fourth-year linebacker, though, four-year player for us. So he's going to go and try to go to a school, one of those, another big-name school like Alabama or Ohio State. Just take 1 year at one of those schools and try to win it all. I'm thinking that's what he's going to try to do. Like I've said before, I think Miami is not going to contend next year, but I think the year after that they will contend. So I think Corey Flagg is going to try to go to a program that's right on the cusp of winning and try to be a starting linebacker there. That's what I think he's going to do. I'm not sure he's been a starter for us, so I do think that Miami will miss him. I'm hoping that they've got somebody in the wings ready to step into his place. Cheney Jr. So if you've watched this channel before, right after Don Cheney fumbled against Georgia Tech, I made a video about that game, obviously, like the recap of it. But I just was not a big fan of his during that game. I'm not talking about just when the fumble happened. I'm talking about before the fumble happened. I kept saying, this dude keeps running in traffic with one hand on the ball. Why does he keep doing that? And then at the end of the game when he was running, if you just go look at the replay, he's still running in traffic, knowing that they're trying to strip the ball from him, and he's holding it in one hand. Then he starts to go to the ground, and he's holding it with one hand and trying to brace himself from hitting the ground too hard with the other hand. And after that fumble, he continued to do that throughout the year. So I was like, this guy, I don't trust him. So I'm not being one of those dudes that's bitter towards his girlfriend after she leaves, I promise you. I've been saying and feeling like Don Cheney should go elsewhere because I feel like he had such an egregious error that he needed to learn from that. And from what I've seen in the games, I don't think he has learned from it. So I do think it's best that he goes elsewhere. I believe the reason why he's leaving is because that was such a big such a big moment in his career. I think that he needs a fresh start. That's why I think he's leaving. I think he's like, man, I've got a player that's younger than me who came in, and now he's going to start over me. There's this running back room is too crowded. I need to get out of here. Plus that fumble, everybody's going to know me as the guy who fumbled against Georgia Tech. Let me go ahead and get out of here right now. That's why I think he's leaving. Okay, so let's talk about Harvey real quick. Like, he's a defensive end who came in as a 4-star, so he's got plenty of talent. Especially when he first came in, he was highly regarded as a really good defensive end. But Harvey got a lot of his snaps snatched away from him whenever Bain came in playing like a monster. So are we going to miss Harvey? We're going to miss the depth, but I don't think we're going to miss him unless Bain ends up like going somewhere else, transferring. That would be heartbreaking. But you know what I'm saying? So those three players leaving, like on the scale of 1 to 10, like 10 being like, oh my gosh, the room is falling, I would say we're probably at like a 2.5. These three players leaving, not a big deal. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, which is Tyler Van Dyke leaving. So I've been on record saying that I was wanting Miami to shut him down before the Clemson game for the rest of the year and just helping him find a place to transfer to. So I was saying, let's just be done with Tyler Van Dyke. Let's just say the injuries plagued him. He can't play anymore because he's too injured. Start one of the freshman quarterbacks and help Tyler Van Dyke find a better situation next year. That was what I was wanting to do. They ended up continuing to play him, obviously, but now he's transferring. I think that's the best thing for the Hurricanes, and I think that's the best thing for Tyler Van Dyke. He needs a fresh start for sure. Sounds like a school like SMU. He can go and play for his former offensive coordinator. That will work out for him, even though they've got a pretty good quarterback there. Maybe he could go to a school like Texas Tech, one of those middle-of-the-pack Big 12 teams where they just throw the heck out of the ball all day, every day. Like, that would be a pretty good opportunity for him. But I do think that Tyler Van Dyke leaving is good for the program and good for Tyler Van Dyke. Super interested to know what everybody's thoughts are and what your feelings are, knowing that he actually is leaving. I don't want to be jumping around here with the ding dong, the witch is dead mentality. That's not where I'm at on this. But I do think that, I mean, it's a win-win situation. I've been saying for the last probably 6 or 7 weeks, and I noticed a lot of people jumped on this bandwagon, so y'all were late to the party. But I've been saying for like the last 6 or 7 weeks that I believe next year's quarterback for the Hurricanes is not on this year's roster. I don't think it's Ja'Carry Brown. I don't think it's Emory Williams, and I didn't think it was Tyler Van Dyke. I think it's somebody that's going to come from the transfer portal that's got a couple of years who can use next year to use the playbook and get familiar with Miami, and then the year after that, we got to make a title run with whoever we bring in from the transfer portal. I know some people are talking about getting even more aggressive, like doing like a one-and-done type of thing, bringing in a graduate player who's got 1 year left and just like swinging for the fences next year. I don't think the rest of our team would quite be ready for it. So I think we've got a 2-year plan. We need to bring in somebody who's got at least 2 years on their eligibility and just go for the fences, not the first year, not this coming year, but the year after that. We need to just go all in on that. So that's my thoughts, man. Please let me know what your thoughts are. Please leave those in the comments. I'm really active in the comment section, so every comment that I see, I respond to it. Excuse me. Yeah, literally every single comment, I respond to them. So we are looking to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'm going to be pumping out videos like crazy. Looking to reach 1,000 subscribers. Right now, it's November 27th. By the 31st of December, we need to have 1,000. We need to have 1,000, folks. So like the video, subscribe. I always appreciate the time that you're giving me. I appreciate you watching the videos. God bless. Take care. Peace.